So I saw a video on one of these blogs, of a lady who was, complaining about one of the message of Pastor David Ibiyeomie of Salvation Ministry about tithes and offering. In that message, the pastor said, offering should be bigger than your tithe. And he gave example of himself saying, if his tithe is 10%, his offering is 20%. That means for an income earner, your average giving to the ministry, to the church, to the gospel should be 30%, of your monthly earning. And the girl was complaining seriously. But before I attempt to talk about it, let me first say that I saw a video that also trended of Pastor David Ibiyeomie gifting one of his staff, a house. Commendable, that is what, the ministry is about, is giving, not just taking. However, back to the, topic I want to talk about of the girl complaining. So first, I want us to understand that in Nigeria, in every ministry in Nigeria, I can say it categorically that people who earn between 200 and 100,000 in every congregation is about 20 to 25%. So let's take an average of 25%. Those who earn between 100,000 down to 15,000 is about 65 to 70% of people. That is about 95% gone. That means those who earn between 200,000 and above in every congregation in Nigeria is about 5%. So let us just go to the highest percentage of people, which is of course those who earn between 100,000 to about 15,000 naira. That means we have more poor people in our place of worship, right? So going by the teaching of Pastor David Ibiyeomie, if someone who earns like 100,000 gives 30% to the ministry, that is about 33,000 thereabout, that person is left with about 67,000 naira. Let's say the person uses an average of 1,500 naira for transport and feeding on a daily basis. That means that person is spending an extra of about 35,000 naira monthly for feeding and transportation. That means this particular person we're talking about will be left with maybe 22,000 naira average in a month. He never buy paste because we're in a country where soap is as expensive as 500 naira, bathing soap, paste is as expensive as 1,000 naira. So if we're asking an average Nigerian who earns to be given about 30%, the country is tight enough. People are managing, practically managing. I do not think that we need to squeeze them more. Most people come to church every Sunday giving their very last, not even knowing what will happen the next day. I mean their very last. Their very last. Why I feel such messages is worrisome, encourages a lot of crimes and criminality, even at the place where people work. Because they cheat their bosses, they just do things to make extra money. They commit all manner of crimes in their offices just to make extra money, to add up to their income, to give to the church. And that is not what Christianity means. You cannot rob people and bring it to the church to give to God. Nigerians feel that if you don't give to God, you will not get. God no be kalu. We must understand that, and that's why most times I tell myself, God, help me not to keep praying for things that unbelievers get for free, and I celebrate them as miracle. And that's the same thing that is happening in Nigeria. Politicians wake up in the morning, they look through their phones and they see people who went to club yesterday night, then they ball, people they snap pictures for fine place, and they feel like Nigerians are living okay. No, we are not. It's just that we want to live like we are fine. We live in fallacy. And again, what is the percentage of the people who go to club to burn money every Friday, Saturday, compared to those in their houses sleeping? They don't look at that. They look at the social media and they assume that every Nigerian is doing well. And so pastors need to understand, say not be the way the offering take they come, not be so people take they do well. We must understand that. However, the two comments that triggered me that I want to talk about in this video, that even made me feel like I should do this video, these two comments. We must understand that when we say people, we love people. Oh, I love this person, I'm fancying this person, does not mean those people cannot make mistakes. They can. And so sometimes when we talk like this, it's not like we are fighting the church. No, it's a call for action for the church to understand that if we continue with this line of message, not also being in touch with reality, a time will come, this generation, when they now go stand for church, when they answer, they ask pastor question, they argue with pastors. And that is why sometimes when we talk, it is just a call for action. So the two comments that necessitated this video, one of them came from the financial evangelist. And he said, this lady has an issue with poverty mentality. Then I just went through his page to look at the person who made this comment. And what you're seeing on the screen right now is what he does. And so I don't want to talk about it because I don't expect anything different from such a person. Okay, if you're a consultant in this field, then you must protect your field. So you can say everything to make the industry that you feed believe whatever you are feeding them with. If you are the financial evangelist, I do not expect anything much. So I don't want to talk about you. The most important one is this pretty gifty comment that I saw, which you are seeing on the screen. And I took my time and I went through her page. And there was nothing that showed to me what this girl is doing. And so, you see, most times when girls feels like they have men somewhere who is gifting them, and you just come and you talk like you are the one who works really hard, and every other young girl who goes out every morning from 9 till 5 struggling and yet get paid 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 naira, you make them feel like they are not doing well. Pretty gifty, if you see this video, I want to ask you, what is your job? Please let us know. When people just make call for action, we think they are dragging people. No, sometimes it's call for action. We must understand the difference. This is a religion that we believe, that we uphold. We must protect it also, so that we don't get to a level where the religion becomes a ridicule of itself. And that is why I tell people, we too do pass ourselves. We make these people feel that we are all okay while we are suffering. Personally, my take, 30% of income as a message in church from an average salary earner in Nigeria, personally, I feel that message need to be revisited. Maybe the message was not clear enough. We need to get it clear. But if it is the stand of 30%, personally, I think I have a worry with it. It is too much. But of course, who I be? If you get the 30% to give to your tent, O Israel,